Let's put this alert to good use here. Now, you can have a JavaScript course that's really practical without adding in some HTML. So let's hop into our HTML here and let's add in a button. Now, in order to do that, you need to add in a button. You declare your opening tag here. You'll say on, and within this tag here, we're going to say on click. Okay. Now, this is going to allow us to say my awesome function. Now I'm going to be showing you what a function is in just a moment here, but we say my awesome function, two brackets, super important. Close off that tag here and we'll say something. The name of the button here, you can put in whatever you want, just like this, and we will say that this is the button here. So you want to make sure that you add in that button here. Now right now it doesn't do anything. It should, but it doesn't. So essentially, that's what you want to have in here. Now you can copy and paste as many buttons as you want. So let's close up the HTML tab, open up the JavaScript tab, and delete everything in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say function, my awesome function. Now what is the function here? Okay, now you'll see that the error came up, and that's because JSBin reads it line by line, and when there's an error, since it runs in real time, it will say, there's an error here. So as soon as I do this, for instance, you'll see that it says an unmatched curly bracket. So what is a function? Well, a function in JavaScript is kind of like a place to put your code. Now, when you think of a website or a web app, there's a bunch of different functions you might have to do. Like, for example, see if you're connected to the internet, do this calculation. These could all be different functions. If you're making kind of a game here, you could say, reset score, reset game. Those are what you want to do. So you separate your code and the functions of what you do into different functions. Now, when you declare a function, you type out the word function, then you type in the name of the function. In this case, the name of this function is my awesome function, and you need these two brackets here. Later on, you can actually pass variables through these, but don't worry about that. We'll get to that soon. We got my awesome function, and then you need two curly brackets. What has happened is that when you go to that HTML, remember we had that on click? Well, that on click says when you click, it will call my awesome function. So everything within this highlighted area is going to be run. Okay, so in this case, if I say alert, and you type in some kind of message you want to say, okay, it will go and run that here. Now, another thing that you'll notice is that there is a semicolon at the end of this. Okay, that looks pretty good. However, you'll notice that there isn't one here or one here. That's because you do not need a semicolon there. You just need the semicolon at the end of this line here and any other line in there. So you don't put them at the end of curly brackets. All right. So let's go ahead and let's zoom out. And in order to make this work, you have to do run with JS. And you click on that and look at that. It pops up. It's because, just to recap, we had a button. We told that button to call this specific function. And in our JavaScript, we have a specific function that equals that name. If, for instance, I am not case sensitive, so for example, there is a difference between the cases, meaning that one of the words is either capitalized or not capitalized. In this case, the A is not capitalized. What that means is that it won't run. Okay? It's case sensitive. You want to make sure that you type in everything. A good tip that I like to do is copy the name of the function and paste it in there, just so that there's no spelling mistakes or ambiguity.